Hello everyone. So today I'm following up with a case that I posted on January the 17th, 2025 about Tracey Nix. Tracey Nix was a grandmother who had 2 grandchildren pass away during her care of these kids. The first one was a young boy grandchild. She was watching him, her and her husband. The baby fell asleep and she fell asleep in their house. The husband left to go to the store, and when Tracie woke up, the baby was gone out of the house and went outside and got into the pond and met his demise there. That was what I would think of as a freak accident. Of course, there's major neglect right there. And then a year later, her daughter decides to let her watch their other child, who was a female baby less than 18 months old. The grandma took the baby with her to a Bible study, and then they went out to eat with a few of her friends and the baby. After she got home, she parked the car outside and went into the house and left the baby in the car, and the baby met her demise due to Florida hot weather, and grandma forgot about the baby being in the back. So in January, she was charged with third-degree felony. She was charged with a third-degree felony, leaving a child in a car for excess of 15 minutes, causing great bodily harm, and in this case, death. So her sentencing was today, 2 months after that court case, and the defense had 2 witnesses. Her husband, who gave his impact statement about how she was declining more or less like a depressive state. Nothing was brought up about dementia. So the husband talked about her decline, especially after the first grandchild passed away. And then a doctor, a forensic geriatric psychiatrist came on, and he went through all of her health records and medications. And he spoke about the medications that Tracie was on, and this is what caused her mental decline. She was on Flexeril, which is a muscle relaxant for she was using it for fibromyalgia. She also had sleep issues and was being dosed with Ambien to help her sleep. She had sleep apnea, which she used a CPAP for as well. And then the third medication was lorazepam. So she was on these 3 medications that caused mental decline even the next day. Ambien the next day might make you not have the clarity that you should have. But on top of that, the lorazepam for anxiety and sleep, you can take that at night and in the daytime. That also caused her to be sleepy and not on top of taking care of a child. So the Flexeril also didn't help as well. It's a muscle relaxer, and it would cause her to probably fall asleep. So she had been on these drugs for years, and the defense was trying to use the drug situation that she was on that caused her to lose focus and attention, and they felt like this was probably what caused her not to think about the babies while they were in her care. So her daughter Kayla and son-in-law Drew Shock came on and gave their impact statements, and they're still feeling very hurt that, grandma let 2 of their babies die in her care, and they gave an impact statement of feeling, think of our kids when you're sentencing, and she should get the max. So then the judge spoke, and he kind of gave an impact statement, and he felt like Tracie was trying to use this defense to get a lighter sentence. He felt like she was mourning and feeling bad about the babies passing away, but he felt like she wasn't having any type of remorse. And the reason why is because on the police camera, the police investigating the scene of the child being in the car, you could see Tracie was trying to avoid everybody. She was not wanting to talk to anybody. And the judge watched this video of Tracie and how she was acting and felt like she was more worried about the community and what they'd think of her after losing 2 grandkids in her care. So the judge felt like she was not remorseful, even with her statement to her daughter. The judge let her talk, and Tracie told her daughter, "I can't imagine what you're going through. I couldn't imagine losing both of my kids, and you've lost yours." And, you know, I really don't remember her saying, "I'm sorry." Both Kayla and Drew gave their impact statement. And so Tracie talked to her daughter and told her, you know, "I could understand what you're going through, but I really didn't see an I'm sorry." And this totally changed my stance on this case, because on my January 2025 video, I felt like the whole family could have avoided this. And I still feel that way. But I also felt like Tracie had some pre-dementia. And I felt like she was being forgetful, and, you know, with that type of mental status, that she shouldn't have been watching the kids anyways. The husband shouldn't have let her watch the kids, and the daughter shouldn't have let her watch the kids. I still feel like maybe that's still the case, you know, in my thinking, but my stance has changed about Tracie after watching her talk to her daughter today in court, and her reactions and how she acted. I felt like she wasn't remorseful. I felt like she wasn't telling them, "I am so sorry for what I've done." And I think she got what she deserved. So she is faced with a 3rd-degree felony, and that maximum sentence is only 5 years. I feel like the judge, after he spoke, if she had any higher of a felony, he would have gave the max for those as well. He was really not seeing her side of the story, and I can understand that. He said that there was plenty of things in the car for her to look at when she got out of the car, to realize her granddaughter is in the back seat, and she didn't even think about that. She just went in the house. So the judge gave her a 5-year sentence. That was the max he could give her. He felt like she was trying to use the medications for mental decline to get a lighter sentence, and he wasn't having it. He gave her the 5 years maximum sentence. Now, I am unsure if she would be able to get on a work detail and get some of that sentence shaved off. She's only served 2 months since she's been in the court and, you know, was charged with a 3rd-degree felony, which is leaving a child in a car for over 15 minutes, causing great bodily harm, and in this case, it caused a death. The family has a lot of healing to do. I can't even imagine what they're going through. Everybody is lost. I feel bad for all of them. So I just wanted to come on here and just give you my idea of what happened today and how I feel like Tracie was definitely neglective, and it is her fault for the 2nd child passing away. The 1st child was, you might call it a neglect, but I also call it a freak accident. You know, how many times have we fallen asleep with our little one asleep, and then they wake up and they're into the flour all over the kitchen floor? You know, sometimes that happens. But after one time, the 2nd time definitely shouldn't have happened. It was really a sad day in DeSoto County, Florida. I hope the family will be able to heal. I just can't imagine what they're going through, and the brothers and sisters of the kids that passed. It's really a terrible story. But anyways, I just wanted to give you an update to this story and my update of my view on it, and I hope you have a good night.